All right. A while ago, I was watching some video of Todd Sucherman while he was playing with the band Styx. He was performing live, and it was a video that was taken. The camera angle was a great angle to see his left hand, which, as you know, he plays traditional grip, back and forth, match grip also, but in this particular video, he was playing traditional grip, but he was playing a lot of hard backbeats. And something that I noticed about his left hand, and when he was playing the backbeat, was that his left hand and the fingers on his left hand, and especially the ring finger here, where the stick rests, typically in this grip, he would hit his backbeat, and all the fingers would stay on the stick, which led me to believe that he at all times has full control of the stick. There's never a time where he's letting go with the hand, and it's kind of a bad habit that I've been guilty of, and I've seen others even worse, really. I was watching another video more recently, somebody else who was playing trad grip, and they were kind of, let's just say they weren't really mastering the grip, and they were playing like every time they hit the snare, they would open their hand almost to the point where their hand was like underneath the stick, like mine is right now, instead of like this, which is more of a power position and a control position. You're in complete control of the stick, not allowing the stick to move laterally like this, or bounce uncontrollably when I open up my fingers, and the only part of the stick that's really touching my hand anymore is in the webbing between the thumb and the first finger. And that's fine, I think, in certain contexts. In lighter playing, maybe jazz contexts, you might find that you might do that just to really release the stick and get like a very sort of open tone, as opposed to a much more open tone. I don't know if you can hear the difference there, where if I'm gripping the stick, I'm not gripping it hard, I'm just gripping it normal. You hear that. And now if you hear, I don't know. Anyway, but what I noticed about Todd's playing was that he was playing these hard backbeats like this. Rim shots, all of them. And you notice, look, see the power position here? This is the start position, right? My elbow is up, my shoulder is poised, and the tip of the stick is down, and this is a power position to make a whipping motion. Another bad habit that I found that I've been really fighting against, and I've been quite successful in this in the past year or so, is sometimes I'll get excited, or I'll play backbeats, and I'll sort of leave the stick on the head or on the rim. Even not necessarily on the head, because that would sound bad, but like I will leave the bad habit to do this and like push down on the rim with my thumb, with the stick touching the rim like that. And what I found is when I do that while playing shows, I really get fatigued. My thumb muscle right here all gets very fatigued. And so I've been really sort of consciously fighting that bad habit so that I come off the drum and no part of the stick is touching the drum after the hit. So like, oh, I did it right there. See, I held in. See, that's a bad habit. but more importantly, you know, I'm really paying attention to the stick touching my hand and my ring finger here, so that I'm not letting go of the stick when I play the backbeat. And this gives me complete control. So if I wanted to play, let's say I wanted to play an accented note followed by an unaccented note. This gives me that control by having the stick touch my ring finger in the traditional grip. All right, so just something to pay attention to. It's always really, really good to go back to the fundamentals and just examine your grip and examine your habits, good and bad, and really force yourself to be honest with yourself. And this is where video comes in really handy. If you can get some video of you playing on a gig or a performance situation where you're not really thinking about these technique issues or these technical issues, you're just thinking about the music and you're just playing, and that's what you should be doing while on the gig. You should not be thinking about technical stuff on the gig as much as possible. And that's when you can go back, comb through the footage, and look at your hands, look at your grip, look for any bad habits. This not just grip related. Let's just say that, like posture, you know, tense muscles. Where's your head? Are you looking down always? Are you looking up? Are you closing your eye? Like, you know, all these habits that you might not be aware of while you're performing. And it's great to have video to go back to that performance and really examine what's going on in your playing when you're in the moment. All right. So, so try this technique. If you, for all you tri grip players out there, try this technique where you're playing backbeats, but the stick does not move from this position, essentially. I mean, it doesn't, it moves a little bit on the, like I am releasing the stick a little bit on the, sort of on that trigger sometimes, but I can also do it without releasing the stick at all. Always look at fundamentals. Always go back to fundamentals. I'm always practicing this technique where I'm just balancing the stick in my hand, right? Imagine I'm going to go shake somebody's hand with my left hand, which would be awkward, but nonetheless, that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm making a wall with my fingers, so my fingers are not splayed out like this. My fingers are together, and together that creates a better, a more stronger grip and a more stronger structure for the stick to rest on. And it decreases tension. When I do this with my hand, you can see the tension in my hand. But if I do this, there's no tension, and the fingers are all supporting each other in that grip. So now I'm just exercising that thumb muscle. Okay? And just, if you can't do it too fast, just go slow. Just do it in a way that's like, even I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit. I haven't done this in a while. Of course, this drum pad isn't helping. It's like a sponge. But it's designed like that. Check out these Prologix drum pads, by the way, you guys. They are the best drum pads in the world. Yes, I do endorse them. No, this is not a paid advertisement, but I love these drum pads. They come in all different range of rubber or surfaces that provide you either with rebound or, in this particular case, the blackout, as it's called. It has the least amount of rebound, so it forces you to do the most amount of work. It's also the quietest drum pad I think I've ever owned. It has this nice rim that feels like an actual drum rim. So yeah, Prologix. But yeah, so see this? Getting back to this exercise. This is a great exercise to just do this like for a minute. Just 1 minute even would be hard. I'm barely doing it for 20 seconds and I'm like worn out. See? It's hard to keep your balance. Sometimes the stick wants to go laterally and wants to bounce. So it's hard to really keep control of the stick this way. It's going sideways. So this is something I need to work on, see? Trying to relax. I actually learned this from Daniel Glass. I took a lesson with Daniel Glass many years ago, maybe 15 or so years ago. And Daniel Glass studied with Fred, gosh, I can't remember his name. Oh no. Freddie Gruber is his name. Freddie Gruber. Daniel Glass got this exercise from Freddie Gruber, and it's just simple, but looks simple, but it's not simple. It's hard. And you can do this with the right hand too, with match grip. If you can do this with either hand with match grip, but essentially, so you notice like my elbow is out here. I'm not using any wrist at all. I'm just literally using my fingers, my thumb and my first finger. Again, keep your fingers together. Don't splay them out like this. That's not good. Fingers together. All right. Gosh, I haven't done a video like this in so long. Feels good. You can do them hands together if you want. But I don't recommend that. I recommend just doing them separately, individually. That way it really focuses your attention on the one hand that needs attention. Okay? I feel like in the 5 minutes I've been doing this, I've gotten so much better already. And then I'll go back to playing, and something about it just feels better now. Like the stroke feels better. It feels stronger. It feels more in line. All right, I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to check out patreon.com/BrianZach and drum lessons with me at brianzach.com. Like and subscribe. See you guys on the next video.